Hi, Stephen. Thanks again for joining me on another quick video. I know today you want to talk about PSTN, which is a really big issue, not just in security, but across many areas at the moment in the UK. Before we get into it, though, please could you give a quick introduction to yourself and indeed to Southern and Northern Monitoring?
Yeah, thanks, Alex. My name's Stephen Nord. I'm General Manager of Southern and Northern Monitoring. I've been in the business for just over 2 years, in the security industry for 8, and SMS and NMS have been around since the mid-80s and are now one of the leading arcs in the UK wholesale monitoring space.
Amazing. So PSTN, it's a big thing, and it's something we've been talking about for quite some time, certainly in Southern and Northern Monitoring. What does it actually mean? And especially, what does it mean to security?
Yes, in short, every single analog phone line in the UK is going to be switched off. And that means anything that connects to those phone lines is pretty certainly going to stop working. So that means alarm systems, which is what we're most interested in. And it's the biggest shift in the telecoms industry that's happened for a long time.
And this is happening right now?
It certainly is, yes. The date of 2025 has been put out there, but that's the end date for the whole project. And we've already got a long list of telephone exchanges that Openreach have published that are moving across. And the first 2 trial sites went live a couple of years ago, and they are now a really kind of well-published program of moving those exchanges across to digital.
From a security perspective, that sounds almost concerning to me. If I was an end user, what should I be worried about this, or what should I be thinking?
Yes, if I'm an end user, I'm thinking, well, I've read about this on the news. Is my alarm going to carry on working? What we really don't want those customers to do is to say, well, I'm not going to bother having my alarm monitored anymore, because that does nobody any good. That's where we've got to turn this into an opportunity, and where we go to our customers proactively to tell them what's going to happen and to get them upgraded onto the latest technology. And certainly from what we've seen so far, customers in general are willing to go down that upgrade path and pay for that.
Okay, so that's good. So people know a bit about it, but actually they're also willing to have the upgrade and make sure their security stays online as well. Does the responsibility really lie with the installers, though, that are running their accounts and their systems and their connections?
I think it does for 2 reasons. One is it's the installer's revenue stream is charging customers for monitoring, so clearly they want that to continue. But also the installers are the security advisors to the end users, and it's a responsibility to make sure that the customers know what's going to happen. They may have read about it in the news. Some customers are finding this already, for example, when they change their phone system, if they're a commercial operation and they move from analog to a SIP system, and their alarm stops working. But there are some customers out there who are unaware, and they need to be told so they're prepared for it and can get things organized.
And is it something simple that can be upgraded on an existing system, or are we talking wholesale changes to people's security systems, whether that's a home or a business?
In general, it's very simple. Most alarm systems rely on a communication device which gets the signal from the alarm panel and sends it across to the alarm receiving center. And all of the big manufacturers out there have got upgrade programs, have got upgrade paths. We've been working on this as an ARC for probably about the last 18 months. We've been involved with those manufacturers. So it's a really simple swap out. And what we've seen so far is that from customers who have gone through that process, they're willing to pay for an upgrade to get into the latest technology.
Okay, so from a security installer's perspective, if I'm thinking of my business, it's really an essential upgrade. And as you said, that's another revenue stream, but it also helps to protect retained revenue from keeping the customers online, essentially.
Yes, there's a real danger that those customers might just drop their monitored connection. And sometimes the customers don't get much notice of what's happening, because whilst Openreach, for example, publish the exchanges that are moving, what will often happen is that if you're on a virtual operator, so some of the operators that use Openreach's infrastructure, they will sometimes give as little as a week or 2 weeks notice, send you a box to plug into your router, which will sort your phone out, but they don't care about your alarm system. So sometimes customers are getting very little notice, and we really need to be out there as a security advisor community, talking to the customers first to make sure that we get there before the lines go dead.
So the time to plan the work in and get those upgrades done is really now.
Very much so. Anybody who waits until 2025 will have missed the boat and lost a lot of customers.
With that in mind, then, how is Southern and Northern Monitoring helping security installers with this?
So firstly, we've been working with many of our customers who've been in the first wave of upgrades and helping them to get through that by making sure that all the device swap outs are managed. Secondly, we work with the major device providers to make sure that they've both got individual flavors of swap out programs, and we work very closely with them to make sure those swap out programs happen. So we've already got a significant number of customers who've gone through this process. It's not new to us. We can help guide and talk through that process.
Okay, so book your upgrades in now is the advice from Southern Northern Monitoring. Brilliant. Thanks very much, Stephen. I look forward to catching up with you again on our next video.
Thank you very much.